right, so Letitia Crawford puts out another tweet where she addresses, I guess people are out here talking about uh, Bud Crawford wanting to fight Charlo, and people creating a narrative of basically, it's almost no matter what Bud says, there's some way that they're going to try to twist it, and basically saying that he don't want to fight Spence just because he wants to fight Charlo. And she's just trying to make it very clear that, he said that he wanted to fight Charlo after Spence. And this is the kind of stuff that, these guys pull off. But the exact video that she's talking about, none other, is then Fanny Nanny, okay? Where he's out here saying that Terrence Bud Crawford is basically trying to take the easy road by fighting Jermell Charlo. How going up in weight class and challenging the undisputed champion is some kind of duck is just beyond me. But the important thing that you should look at is just the title of the easy road, okay? And this is how you know that they feel guilt about the whole damn thing, okay? Now, when it comes to easy road, how do we even know that phrase, okay? Where was that first said, or where was that first heard, okay? Exactly, it was first heard with Errol Spence when Terrence Crawford approached him backstage, and he's basically saying, "I got a belt now, what's up?" And then and then Errol Spence goes around and says, "Well, why don't I take the easy road and fight Sean Porter?" So that's why they're currently using the easy road right now. And it's funny how they can recognize the meaning of easy road when they're trying to use something to talk about Terrence Bud Crawford, but they couldn't recognize the terminology of easy road when Errol Spence talked about he wanted to go face Sean Porter at the end of the day. And when it comes to this, it just seems like they're just putting out an all-out character assassination on Terrence Bud Crawford. Why? I have no idea, because he really has nothing that anybody can, take away or even talk about or even use to discredit. But, they'll use t-shirts and the fact that Terrence Bud Crawford said that he wanted to challenge undisputed champion to try to make some claim about who wants to fight and who doesn't want to fight. These are the strongest talking points that they have, and they're also at the same time some of the weakest talking points you ever seen in your life, because at the end of the day, they just don't have a leg to stand on. A lot of people come to me and talking about Errol Spence and dogging him out and talking about him bad and stuff like that, and I'm like, none of that stuff happens. What people do is they take what Errol Spence says and then they compare it to what he's doing, and then that's people's talking points. But other than that, it never gets really deeper than that. You know what I'm saying? We don't go all out personal like Errol Spence fanatics be going personal. Like I said, they be talking about Bud, his family, his wife, Bo Mack, you know what I'm saying, the whole nine. We just talk about Errol Spence at the end of the day and saying he said this but did that, okay? He claiming this, but this is proven not to be true. And that's all people are doing at the end of the day. And they basically equate that to somebody's talking about Errol Spence like a dog or whatever and whatnot. And, it's just not the case. It's just that if you say this and you go out here and do something else, you think somebody's not going to notice it. You think somebody's not going to talk about it at the end of the day. I mean, that's just flat out preposterous, but I love that she called these fools out, you know what I'm saying? Because somebody needs to at the end of the day. I mean, I've done it since I first got on here, but of course it's for different reasons. But the funny thing about the Fanny Nanny or the Ldbc or whatever, I don't even know what these guys go by anymore. The funny thing about it is they did the same character assassination hit on Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? To the point so bad, he drove that boy to America, doing a whole tour and stuff like that. And it's just that, why do you guys go out your way? If they claim to be a group that's supposed to be for, I guess, black fighters, then how come they exhort most of their energy destroying black fighters? It just doesn't make no sense at the end of the day. That's the biggest contradiction about the whole Ldbc movement or something like that. I spoke on that since I first got on the scene. I was like, this seems to be very ass backwards. And like I said before, Deontay Wilder was somebody that they looked up to, their god or whatever and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? Which is cool, but if you really felt that Tyson Fury had did this to Deontay Wilder and stuff like that, how come they didn't go half as hard at Tyson Fury as they went at Anthony Joshua? Hell, They didn't go half as hard at Tyson Fury like they trying to go at Terrence Bud Crawford. It's weird at the end of the day. Then call people coons if you support Terrence Bud Crawford. They create narratives and they create divisions that's actually not there. Now, do most of them really believe this shit? I think actually not. You know what I'm saying? I think they just play off the emotions of oversensitive fans. You know what I'm saying? Fanatics, you know, aerosexuals. You know, that's basically what's going on. Just cashing in and turning into revenue because they know that those type of people will love any excuse that they come up with. They're waiting for an excuse to feel like this and feel like that. So it's basically taking advantage of overly emotional men. That's exactly what's going on YouTube today. You know what I'm saying? Content creators taking advantage of overly emotional men. And that's why I say, if you're a fan at the end of the day, just champion the fight. I champion the fight. You know, there's no reason to tear anybody down, but to say that somebody can't point out a contradiction or say this person lied or say this person is BSing or say this person is ducking at the end of the day, well, that's just false. You know what I'm saying? Negative. You know, it's not true at all. People just see things for what they are at the end of the day. And they can get mad at us. They get mad at content creators. You get mad at all them Hall of Fame fighters and whatever. And at the end of the day, who do you got left? It seems like these guys got to be against the whole world to support Errol Spence. And it shouldn't be like that. The only thing they need to do is help us make a fight and stop helping create excuses why a fight shouldn't be made. Get out these dudes' pockets. Get out these dudes' purses at the end of the day. You know, and try to help the fight get made. Just say that you want to see the fight as an Errol Spence fan. I want to see the fight as a Terrence Bud Crawford supporter. You know what I'm saying? And as an Errol Spence supporter. You know, regardless of what people say, because, you know, when Errol Spence got in his accident, when he had his eye injury and stuff like that, and when he came off the couch and he fought those opponents, you know what I'm saying? I gave it up to Errol Spence. It's a big difference between us and them at the end of the day, and they know that, but they stay stuck on petty time, and this is what you get. You know, and you know they just see a loophole in the game. Like, you know what, these guys is really dumb. These guys is really desperate. These guys will literally believe it. Anything that, you know what I'm saying, we say. We don't even have to provide proof. We don't have to provide links. We don't have to do nothing. We could just sit around and conjure up and make up anything and say, look, this is what we're going to stick to today, and this is what we're going to put out. And that's basically what people do at the end of the day. You know, and some people say, well, you know, it makes me believe that they bought, and, you know, a lot of these YouTube guys are, you know what I'm saying? And trust me, and they don't sell out for much. They really don't, you know, but when she put out that tweet, that's exactly what she's talking about, is dumbass videos like this. But as long as you got people going over there watching it, supporting it, I mean, that's what it is, you know. So as your boxing fans, you know what I'm saying, sometimes you can tell a lot by just seeing who people are subscribed to. You know what I'm saying? Whether you subscribe to them just to disagree with them or subscribe to them because you like them. If I don't fuck with your content, if I don't think you credible, and this is the thing, I don't always have to agree with you. There's a lot of people I'm subscribed to that I disagree with, but I still recognize it. You know what I'm saying? They got some solid content. These guys is just clutching on the straws. You know what I'm saying? Anything to stay afloat, because they just don't want to admit what Errol Spence has done makes him look bad, gives people the perception that they have inside and outside of boxing, and he makes himself, you know what I'm saying, look like a ducker. How bad could you talk about a Terrence Bud Crawford fan or one of these Hall of Fame fighters when Errol Spence's own baby mama claims the same thing that most of these fans is saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's that means it's got that bad and it's gotten that obvious to everybody that even somebody that close will say that to Errol Spence. And I understand angry woman, you know, baby mama, you know, they'll say anything. You know what I'm saying? That's true. But if that's the case, you have a whole lot of boxers' wives, ex-girlfriends, side chicks tweeting out stuff about theyself and, you know, whatever and whatnot. But you don't see that. But you think that with Errol Spence. That's because he done made the tension in the air so thick and so obvious and made himself look so scary. Even if he is or even if he not, this is the environment that he created. And because he created this environment, they want to try to make up lies to create an environment in which it just doesn't hold up to Terrence Bud Crawford. Because at the end of the day, all the supporter got to say is, oh, you feel like that? Okay, all right, well, fight him. That's all we got to say at the end of the day. Fight him. Oh, Terrence Bud Crawford, he didn't do. Okay, fight him. You know, well, he did this. Okay, tell your man to fight him. If he's not this, if he's not that, if he's not nothing special, if he's blah blah blah, if he's weak, if he's too small, if he's all that, fight him. Then you get a whole different conversation. That's all I got for now, Bruce Payne. I'm out.